Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We are trading made easy with high level of clarity. Today I have few pairs that I'll be running top down analysis on, and today also I'll be running deep analysis on gold. So stay with us at the end of this video because at the end of this video, you will learn a lot to add to your trading knowledge and maximize your chance of winning. So without wasting time, let's proceed. By the way, I'll be going through the analysis that we did here on Sunday and how it played out. Remember, on Sunday, I explained all the reasons why we should be expecting the market to come to this particular place before we see another buy to the upside. Remember, the market was just at this particular place when the market closed, just here. And I explained all the reasons why we should be expecting this market to pull out this low because if you've been on this channel for the first time, whenever you see market moving to the upside, right, all of a sudden it's created low. That low created high without sweeping any liquidity. What happens? It will come back to take out that liquidity, coming to other block or fair value gap before continuation to the upside. And immediately when we saw this, right, we knew that the market was gonna come down. Why? This market created this high, breaking this particular high here. And what happened? The market came down, creating this low. It created this low created high without this low sweeping any liquidity. What happened? The market now came back to take out that low, coming to this other block here before more continuation to the upside. So I believe some of us that have been following us for some time on this channel, YouTube channel, must have maximized this opportunity. So I want you to have in mind whenever this market created a low, without that low creating sweeping any liquidity, and that low created a new high without sweeping any liquidity, market will always come for it. Just have that in mind, just like what happened at this particular place, right? Let's go to 15 minutes. Now, when we look at these 15 minutes, we will see something. Now, this market created external high at this particular place. After this external high you are seeing here now, what happened? This market created this high. Now, this happened to be a low created after this particular high. What happened? Now, market came taking it out, reacting from fair value gap instead of order block, and continued moving to the upside. So I want you to always have that in mind. Just like this market has created a new high with this low, right now created low. This low created a new high at this particular place. Let's look at it. Created a new high at this particular place. What's happened? Market has now come out to take it out, right? Before we are going to see more continuation to the upside. So this is one of the unique behavior that happens always all the time on gold. So I want you to always have this in mind so that you not be entering blindly, because I believe so many people must have entered this particular place, put their stop loss below just at this particular place, expecting gold to continue going to the upside. And what happened? Market had already taken them out. That's why I always say that no matter whatever you are doing in the market, always know that 3-to-1 risk reward is always good in the market. Now, if you had taken this particular trade at this particular place based on our strategy, right? Your stop loss has to be under this particular place, and your take profit should be at least at this high, or you target this 3-to-1 risk reward. Have you seen that the market had already closed before moving to the downside? So always don't be greedy in the market. Oh, it took you out. It took us out, right? That's cool. Oh, sorry. Okay. I think the 3-to-1 risk reward should be here. Oh, it still took us out. But that's why it is always ideal to give your market breaching space, because if we had used that stop loss, then our stop loss will be coming below this low, and always give your stop loss at least 5 towards 3 to 5 pips for you to have a breathing space. So this is one of the reasons I always say it. Always give your stop loss breathing space. So but that's, by the way, congratulations to some of our viewers that have utilized the opportunity of this trade setup and also buyers that we gave on Sunday. Now before we go into what we have here on gold, because I have a very good setup on gold here, and the gold is the move is really gonna be massive. Let's quickly look at FastBull. FastBull is a unique platform that is meant for every trader. They offer unique features, right? Just free of charge, something that some of other platform will request for some money before you can use their platform, ranging from back this replay. And we know that despite everything we are learning right now, it is always important for you to go and test your strategy, right? When you want to use other platforms for testing of strategy, they always tell you to make some payment. But here, FastBull gives us that freedom, it gives us that feature just free of charge. When you click on replay, you will see now that it will just generate. Let's assume that you want to start testing our strategy from here. What do you just click at this particular place. Now you can start testing your strategy. Just like we said, this market was gonna take it out and come to other block. You can now go back in time to test all your strategy and know what you expecting in the market. So this is a platform that we wouldn't want to miss the opportunity to use all these free features, and also ranging from multiple indicators, right? Despite the kind of trader you are, if you need multiple indicator, this platform, why I'm bringing it to you, each and every one of us here, is it is important, and it's gonna help you grow as a trader, because most of us that make use of indicator to trade, you can come to this place, unlike other platform that gives us access to only 2 or 3 indicator maximum. But here you can use unlimited indicator depending the kind of trader you are, both RSI, moving average, Bollinger Band, and alligator. So many of them you want to use. All of them are just free of charge here. And for people that love analyzing and working with multiple charts or layouts, multiple charts window, you can come to this particular place. Then you choose just the type you want. As you can see right now, our chart is divided into so many windows, and we can change the time frame, time frame, depending what we just want to do, right? And so let's go back to this. And also, it has a very powerful chat room, right? Whereby you can chat with so many other traders. As you can see, they have an active community. You can chat with other traders, send message and get some reply based on the keyword you typed and the question you asked. And the keyboard you input, or the people that you really want to connect with. And they have question and answer session also. In this particular session, you can ask question, you can experience traders, and they are really gonna answer you. Just like as you can see, this person just asked the question, and look at the person here. He just asked, "Good afternoon. What's your opinion on GBP USD?" And he got reply here. So this is just opportunity that you wouldn't want to miss. It gives you that room to grow as a trader, and also it gives us this access to economic calendar instead of you to be going to other platforms to be checking news when it will be released and other things, right? FastBull gives us all this access just totally free. You can actually, get some market live quotes, market data, what is currently happening in the market, as you can see, properly arranged, grouped together, depending the kind of trader you are. If you are a stock trader, you will get all these and many more. So just do well to come and check out FastBull. And as you can see, we have that watch list here. So depending whatever you are doing, no matter the kind of trader you are, whether you are a beginner or experienced trader, FastBull is here for you. And they have a wonderful analyzing tools though. As you can see, that's the platform that I'm using for now. So just take your time, come here, explore it. The link will be in the description, and in the video description, and in the comments below. So do well to come and check it out. So having said that, let's proceed. So right now, let's clear everything we have here for us to have deep analysis. And today we are going to be starting from weekly time frame, right? Now, as we can see right now, weekly time frame, we can see that gold is in very bullish momentum. And when the market is in bullish momentum, what do? You start looking for more opportunity to the upside. When we drop down to daily, we can see right now that the markets reacted from this previous resistance turn to support, which I covered during our last analysis. And whenever you have this kind of resistance, right, turning to support, it is always strong because the market stayed under it for some days before breaking to the upside, right? And now pay maximum attention because this is how to do top-down analysis to on every currency pair, right? Now, since we have discovered that the market is looking to the upside, despite this market reacting from this daily order block, bearish order block, but from what we are seeing right now, it has been tested, and now the market is still looking towards the up direction. And as you can see right now, the market is stylishly creating higher highs and higher low. It has created higher high, created higher low, so it's preparing now to create more higher high to the upside, considering the strength of gold currently. So since we have this, now watch. Now, because the higher time frame gives us direction on what to expect, and lower time frame gives us good entry. Now, what are you seeing now? On gold right now, we have a very good order block and fair value gap. As you can see, the market ranged at this particular place, and during that range, it has created this wonderful fair value gap there, right? And that fair value gap, we have order block here. And remember, whenever you have order block and fair value gap, it happens to be a very strong order block. So this is our order block now. So let's identify it first while we drop down to 4 hours. Now on 4 hours, we can now see that this order block right now is kind of huge. I'm not expecting us right now to start, entering aggressive at this particular place and put our stop loss below here. It doesn't make any sense. Rather, when you mark a very big order block on daily time frame, what do? You now move to lower time frame to get more good opportunity to make your trade. So since this is our order block, I'm going to okay, let's leave it like this. Since this is our daily order block, what do? Now, on 4 hours right now, we can't see a very good order block. Rather, we are now seeing this. Okay, let me use line and identify this order block so that we can delete that thing to have more clear charts. So let's delete this. Now, right now that this is our order block, right? And on 4 hours right now, we can see that good fair value gap. So since we have this, let's drop down to 1 hour. Now on 1 hour, right, and everything is kind of being very explained. Now, when we look at this right now, remember what I just said few minutes ago. Sometimes when you have market that is moving to the upside and that market created low and that low did not sweep any liquidity before creating high, just be expecting market to come for that particular low, at least coming to other block of fair value gap before more continuation to the upside. And when we look at it now, this is similar scenario that we are having, considering that this particular place happens to be our order block. So what do we expect? Now, in this situation right now, we can take this and start identifying order blocks. We have one order block here, very valid, right? So let's extend it. Then we have another order block here. Look at that order block there. Let's extend it. Then we have, okay, we don't have another order block, but I think we have a very small fair value gap here. Though I'm not expecting market to come to that place, but let's identify it, right? And why are we identifying it? Now, listen, let me quickly say this because it's going to help you. Now, these are buyers we are giving and also at the same time giving quality education to help you in your trading journey so that you can be able to be making informed decision even on your daily trading days. So now, remember, whenever we have market moving like this and this market created high without sweeping any liquidity, when that low comes and take out the swing and liquidity and create higher high, definitely this happens to be now be our strong low that we never expect market to go below. Once market goes below this place, you know that the trend of that market has really changed. So in this situation, This low right now was what swept this internal liquidity. Okay, let's delete these things. That low we are seeing there, let's delete this for our chart to be clear, or let's leave it and use it. Now, seeing as you can see, this low swept this internal liquidity, and that makes that particular low our strong low. So market could decide to come inside this particular place before continuation to the downside. Remember, this is our daily order block. So market could decide to come inside this particular place, testing our strong low before continuation to the upside, but we just have to identify all these zones. But for me, I'll be focusing on this particular one, the first one we have here. Why? Now let me quickly delete this one, but have these ones in mind. They're the ones below me in mind. So let's delete this also. So now why are we focusing on this one? Then when you look at this, we discover that this low has created high without sweeping any liquidity. So that gives room for this low to be used as inducement or liquidity before continuation to the upside. Now remember, this is also giving confluence on our daily time frame, because our daily time frame right now here is the place that we are seeing that fair value gap between from here to this particular place. So in this situation, if this market will now come down to this particular place, I'll be looking for my first entry at this particular place, putting my stop loss just below this particular place, and I'm targeting my 3-to-1 risk reward, right? Remember, don't be greedy in the market, but the momentum of the market, if it is strong enough, then you can be targeting this high, which is going to give you 5.6 risk to 5.6 to 1 risk reward. But in this situation now, I want you to pay attention, because this is where trading gets interesting. Since these two other blocks are kind of closer, so I'm expecting, if this market decides to come to this particular place before continuation to the upside, I am expecting a wick to come inside this particular place before moving to the upside. So that will now open room for us to have this wide point of interest. So if you're looking for anything inside this particular place, if you're looking for any trade there, then you know that your trade will be coming inside this huge order block. Now, in a situation like this, don't be aggressive trader. Don't open your position this way, because it doesn't make any sense. Rather, you have to wait for that change of trend or change of character inside this particular place before you start taking the market to the upside. What are you waiting for? We are waiting for this kind of movement right now. Then after creating this, then we have this, then have this, right? Have this and have this. So since we have this, then we should be waiting for that retracement to other block or sweep of liquidity before we start taking it to the upside. Why are we expecting this? Now, let me explain. This market happened to be creating lower lows and lower highs, but here right now, this high swept this liquidity. So what are we not expecting? We are not expecting the market to go above it now. So if the market happens to go above it, then you know that the trend of this market has changed. Remember, this high that swept liquidity created a value break of structure. So once market go above it, definitely that trend going above it and closing above it, definitely this trend has really changed. So what do? You start looking for more opportunity to the upside. Without seeing this here, wait for it inside this zone, this between these two green line, because this is where the daily order block is. So on gold, this is what I am expecting to happen, because this guy will be used as liquidity for me, and because it is a low that didn't sweep any liquidity, and this low we have other block below it with fair value gap, which is making this zone very, very strong. So I'm expecting market to come into that particular zone before continuation to the upside. And if market eventually goes below and close below this zone, then you know that you'll be looking for more continuation today downside. Why? Because this happened to be a very powerful strong low that took out all this internal liquidity. Remember, I explained why we should be looking for opportunity at this particular place, and market came to this place. Some people utilized the opportunity. I explained all the reasons why we should be expecting this. So this is how markets works, and most especially gold. Gold love taking liquidity. As you can see, it took out all this internal liquidity here. 1, 2, 3, and this 4 before continuation today upside. So this is the behavior of gold. Always have this in mind. So without wasting time, let's proceed. Now on gold, this is what I am expecting to happen. Look for that trading opportunity at this particular place. Then I have another good setup on USDJPY. Now on USDJPY, in our last analysis, I explained all the reasons why we should be expecting this market to take out this low, and this is exactly what happened. But something happened at this particular place. Now, when you look at this, right, the market did not stop inside our order, our pending order, but reacted from here before continuation to the upside. So why? Now, this order block that we are using, I think we cut this order block on 1 hour, right? Sorry, on 4 hours. Now, this was the order block that we cut on 4 hours. As you can see, look at that order block there. Let's make this full screen. Look at that order block at this particular place, but market did not come to this order block before this reaction. Rather, it came to 30 minutes order block that we have there. Look at that 30 minutes order block. Let me just quickly show you that. Look at that 30 minutes order block, right? We have there, it came to that place. As you can see, it tapped inside that particular place. This is why we have been given quality education, so that in situation like this, after seeing it, we can actually take the trade. Now it came to this order block, now tapped in and started moving to the upside. Even if you had taken the trade and placed your stop loss below the order block, you would have closed your trade 3.1 risk reward here. And even if you decide to take out this high, you must have gotten 5-to-1 risk reward. So this is some of the things you get when you follow some of our buyers, because it will open room for you to know what you're expecting and maximize your opportunity once it comes to that particular zone. So currently now, what are we expecting on USDJPY? Before we proceed, if you have not subscribe, turn on the notification button, comment, like, and share, because your comments, like, share, and your subscription helps us to continue to create quality educational videos like this. So without wasting time, let's proceed. Now let's delete all this. What are we expecting now? Now on USDJPY, I want you to look at something right now. Let's go to weekly. On weekly now, we can see that we have a market that is reacting from that wonderful resistance level, right? Now, let's go to daily and see something. Just a minute. Yes. Okay, in my previous analysis, I covered this, that this market is currently reacting from this daily order block. And when we get to weekly time frame, we can see a market that is heavily reacting from resistance level. So in this situation, what are we expecting? We are expecting more reactions, because this market held this market since January 6th, 2025 till this particular place. So this is a very strong zone. The market is not going to just break it and continue moving to the upside. We are going to see some pullbacks or at least ranging market before this break, if the market will break it without moving to the downside. So in this situation now, what are we expecting? Now let's delete everything here and see the chart very clear. Now in this particular place, as you can see, on weekly, this market has been covering every gap left. Even this gap, when it was left, what happened? The market later came back and cover it with this week, sweeping this particular liquidity that we are seeing at this particular place. Let's identify it. Are you seeing it? Sweeping this liquidity that we are seeing at this particular before continuation to the upside. So with this behavior right now, that is why it's important to always study the behavior of every currency pair before anything you are doing. So in this situation right now, as you can see, all the gaps are closed except for one. Now let's identify it. Except this. Now, this gap has been created now. So what are we expecting? We are expecting the market to close this gap before we see any other continuation to the upside. So let's drop down to our daily time frame. Now, on our daily time frame, as you can see now, this market is creating lower lows and lower highs from what we are expecting. So I'm expecting this market to at least cover this gap that we have here on weekly before more continuation to the upside. So, but on 4 hours right now, we don't have on daily time frame, we don't have any valid order block. So let's go to 4 hours. Now on 4 hours right now, as you can see, we still have this, okay, everything is becoming more interesting now. So we have this order block here that is left untouched. So the market is here to visit it. Let's go back to weekly. Let's check something. Okay, nice. That is the gap that is left there. Okay, let's go back to daily. Now, we are expecting the market to come to this. This market reacted from fair value gap and on 30 minutes order block, but we still have that gap left uncovered. So we should still be expecting market to visit this particular place. So in that situation, since we are expecting more bearish continuation to this zone, what do we expect? Now, remember, trading is reactive and not predictive. So what are we going to be doing here? We are going to go to lower time frame to see if you are going to see more opportunity to the downside. Though currently, as you can see, this market is reacting from this order block that we are seeing at this particular place now. But okay, let's identify it and move down to 1 hour. Now, on 1 hour right now, everything seems quite interesting. Now, from what we are seeing right now, we can see that this market started creating, okay, let's see. Okay, okay. Okay, we can consider this to be a valid break of structure now. We can consider this to be a valid break of structure at this particular place. Why? Because this high created lower low here, right? Sorry. This high created a lower low at this particular place, right? And that high, this particular high did not sweep any liquidity. Later, this high now swept the liquidity. So this happens to be our strong high. This side has swept the liquidity now before giving us this break of structure. So this is a valid break of structure. So which means the market is still creating series of what? Lower lows and lower highs. So since we have this, so let's see on 1 hour if we are going to see a valid order block. We don't have any valid order block because this order block we have here is already filled. So in that situation, we are going to be looking at this particular place, but let's go to 30 minutes to see something. Okay, now on 30 minutes, this low, yes, this is a break of structure. So let's see if it is valid. Okay, this is a valid break of structure and the market has gone above it. So, and this high swept this liquidity. This high swept this liquidity and market has gone above it. So in this situation, now what are we going to do? Now this is our valid strong high, and now it has a very good order block there, as you can see. So in situation like this, now we are going to be kind of approaching this market strategically. So I'm going to be looking for opportunities at this particular place. Now I'm not gonna be opening anything here because of the momentum in the market is already gone. Now it's already 4:30 GMT plus 1. So I'm going to be looking for the opportunity here. If I'm going to see any sweep of liquidity at this particular place, before taking this trade. if I'm going to see any sweep of liquidity here, then I can take this trade at this particular place and target 3-to-1 risk reward, or I target this low. Or now, this happened to be my strong low that once market go above this, then you should continue taking this market to the upside. So if market comes to this particular place, I might be entering aggressively at this particular zone, right? I'll be entering aggressively at this particular zone, putting my stop loss just above it, and first take profits, right? 3-to-1 risk reward, very, very important for me. Then I can now target this what low, because of what I am expecting market to come inside this particular zone, and considering the kind of movement that I'm seeing here, it is not healthy. This market is going to take all the internal structures that we are seeing here, this one, two, and it could decide to take out this and this before continuation to the downside. Why? Because if you have been on this channel just for the first time, let me quickly say this, right? Whenever you see markets, let's check, let's move this. Whenever you see the markets, break breaking structures while coming to the downside, whenever it wants to have a deep retracement, the market will come for all these internal structures, take them out, coming to this other block before continuation to the downside. So that's exactly what I think that is about to happen at this particular. Not only thinking from what I am seeing, because trading is reactive and not predictive. So the market could come into this zone, or this start selling from this particular place. So be looking for those opportunities at this particular place. So on USDJPY, these are the setups that I have at this particular place. Now on EURUSD, currently, EURUSD are kind of misbehaving. In my previous analysis, I wasn't expecting this market to go above this because this happened to be a very strong high, and markets only reacted at that particular place and continued. That's why I always say, always wait for change of trend. Despite we caught a particular trade here on 5 minutes, and our take profit happened to be just at this particular place, because it's we minimized our what's it called, our stop loss and everything. But in that situation, the market did not continue moving to the downside, but rather continued creating series of higher highs and higher lows. Now, according to what we are seeing also, let's delete some of these things to make our chart neat. Now, currently, what we are still seeing right now, the market is still reacting from this daily and this 1 hour order block that I pointed out to that particular day. Is still struggling there. But if this market continues moving to the upside, there is nothing I can say about it, because this is abnormal behavior, right? Unless maybe what is controlling it right now is because of us USD is selling against some pairs, or weak against some pairs. That's what is moving a bit from. But from technical analysis standpoint, this market doesn't have any reason to be going up, because from here that it is reacting, there was no valued order block at this particular place, right? But the market is reacting heavily. They're moving to the upside. So for now, I will advise you stay away from EURUSD. But if you have other strategies that is giving you good trades on EURUSD, you can forge ahead with it. But for now, I will be staying away from EURUSD unless this particular setup that I am still watching at this particular place decide to hold. Then I will now look for opportunity to the downside. But currently now, EURUSD and GBPUSD are kind of behaving funny, and considering that the month is coming to the end, so just expect this anytime the month is the year is coming to the end, and month is also coming to the end. So for me right now, anything EURUSD and GBPUSD, I am kind of away from it, because from technical standpoint, it's not giving us clear setup, right? Now on USDCHF, one of our students pleaded and kind of suggested that we cover USDCHF Swiss francs for him. That's why it's good. Any pair that you would want us to cover, just drop it in comment section below. We are going to look into it. So currently, what do we have on USDCHF? Now let's start from weekly. Now, on weekly, you can see that this market has been selling heavily, right? But for some time right now, it has been ranging. And this is what we call accumulation phase. Institutions are giving a lot of activity here. And considering the kind of bullish candlestick that we have here on previous week, and we could be expecting some certain behavior at this particular place. This is already Wednesday, and this market has still been ranging at this particular place. So what is this trying to tell us? Let's go back to daily time frame. Now on daily time frame, we can see that this market is truly ranging, and from what we can see right now, this market is reacting from a very strong area of resistance. And when we have something like this, what do we expect? We expect the market to at least stay at this particular place before breaking to the upside. If this market is going to break, and from what I'm seeing, I think this market will be going to the upside. Why? Because this low, right? Okay, let's identify the low. This low created this high, and when you look at it, the market is now creating higher highs and higher lows. It has created higher low, so it's still struggling to create another higher high. Now when you look at this low created this valid break of structure, right? And during this break of structure, something happened. This market created this low before that break of structure. And if you are still new here, if you have been with us for some time, whenever the market breaks to the upside, right, every internal structure created before that break is always used as liquidity before continuation. And that's exactly what the market has done. It has swept this low with this particular low, and this low is now struggling to create a new higher high. But so far as this market is still now, we will not be looking for buy opportunity. Rather, we are going to see what the market is going to do. So having this right now, what are we seeing? Now, when we look at this, we discover that we have so many gaps left here. We have this, and we have this particular one on daily time frame. So we have identified these gaps. So let's go to 4 hours. Now that we are on 4 hours right now, everything seems more interesting. So we are going to be deleting this because you already know this zone. And from what we are seeing right now, we can see a low that has created a higher high without sweeping any liquidity. So we should be expecting the market to come below it, at least to take it out before continuation to the upside. And considering what we are having right now, we have these gaps here, but this other block is not valid because it is already covered with this particular wick here. So in this situation, let's drop down to 1 hour. Now on 1 hour, everything seems more interesting. Now on 1 hour right now, we can see that we have a good order block at this particular place, just below that this low inducement that the markets might be using for inducement. And another one, we have this other block here, right? This other block at this party, or let's call it order flow, because this is order flow, not now order block. So well, these are the two zones now we are seeing. I'm not going to be using this one because the market has already pulled back with this week. So in this situation now, what am I expecting? I'll be looking for that continuation to the upside. Remember, from what we see on weekly, we are now expecting the market to at least move to the upside, but it's still struggling to break to the upside. And considering what we have now, we'll be expecting this low to be taken out because this low did not sweep any liquidity here, but it has created a higher high. And since after creating this higher high, it has come down without creating another higher high here. As you can see now, went down, giving us this equal high. then we should be expecting the market to come down to take out this liquidity, then go up and take out this equal high what liquidity, because whenever we have equal high in the market, or equal low, it serves as magnet for price. So this high will be taken out, but first of all, we are going to be seeing this low here take off. But in market, trading is reactive and not predictive. So we react based on how market is reacting. So my first entry on USDCHF is going to be here. My first entry, I'm going to be look for that first entry and put the stop loss below this low, and target my 3-to-1 risk reward, which is coming to this high here, to pull out this liquidity. Then my second entry is going to be at this particular place here. Also is going to be at this particular place here. Then I will now be targeting first take profit 3-to-1 risk reward. Then I will now target these highs. So on USDCHF, these are my buyers, and on USDJPY, this is what I'm expecting also. And on gold USD, this is what I'm expecting. It doesn't matter whatever that is happening here. Always learn how to wait for setup. Don't force setup, right? Then on EURUSD and GBPUSD, just leave it for now. But if you have better strategy that gives you what you want, then you can go ahead and take your trade. Remember to subscribe, like, turn on the notification button so that whenever we drop any video, you'll be the first to get it. And now wishing you people successful trading days ahead. Have a wonderful day, guys.